Hey guys, it's Section of Violence here. Man, we got a fun one. We got Cage Warriors, um, Reese McKee versus Jimmy Wallhead. It's gonna be a fun one. Let's get right to it though. Don't have a lot of time, so let's get through it. We have Kyle McClure versus Owen Williams. I say Kyle McClure should have this one in the bag. He's a better grappler, more experience. He's only lost to pretty good opponents. I'm gonna go with Kyle McClure inside the distance here. I think Owen Williams is a little in over his head here. 0-2 in his pro career, 2-2 in his amateur career. I'm definitely gonna have to go with not just because of the records, who they lost to. I'm going with that, and the size difference on Kyle is quite there, quite impressive. So I'm gonna go with Kyle here. Moving on, we have Afreem Taki versus Alexander Sullivan. Afreem Taki's a good wrestler, decent grappler as well. But yeah, other than that, his striking is all right. It's not the greatest. I'd say he might even have a little bit of an edge, but it's not great. Yeah, like most of his finishes are by submission. Um, the thing about that is Alexander Sullivan, I believe, is a better jiu-jitsu player. Um, it's gonna be a fun matchup, so it could go either way, but I'm going with Alexander Sullivan here. I just think he's gonna be able to catch him in something or grind him or not grind him out, but like, you know, make the fight ugly and win a decision. This could go either way though. Moving on. We have Adam Shelley versus Muhammad Kir Ahmed. Ahmed's a sub guy. He's pretty short too. He's substantially shorter than Adam. Most of the time, Adam's very taller. He's top of the weight class, so there's that. I think Adam's going to win this fight very easily. This is probably my most confident prediction on the card. I just don't see him losing this unless he gets chinned, and that's a possibility, but I don't see it happening. I'm going with Adam Shelley inside the distance. I don't see this making it past the first two rounds. Moving on. We have Ryan Curtis versus Nicholas LeBlanc. I like Nicholas LeBlanc here. I believe he has more tools to win the fight. Um, Ryan Curtis is all right. He has some wins. He's only lost to some decent guys like Danny Perez, Albazi, Creasy, some good guys. Um, you can't write him off. That's why I'm not totally confident with this pick, but I just think LeBlanc has more tools and is going to have more of he's gonna have more of a dominant like presence in that cage, and the judges are gonna look at him more in this fight, I feel. Moving on, we have Sullivan Simon versus Dorian Cleo Chione Vic Cove. I don't even know how to say that. Anyways, I think this is a match for Simon. I think he's just gonna pick him apart from the outside, winning an unanimous decision or even pick up a finish. Simon has some power in his hands as well. Um, I don't know though. This could go either way because Simon's amateur career is terrible, and his pro win is over an 0-5 guy. It took him to the third round to do it, so I don't know. This is a weird one for me. I'm probably just gonna lean Simon, but neither of them are either really good, so I'm gonna go with Simon by decision. Moving on, Leon Hill versus Marcin Zambala. I was pretty sure Leon Hill should get the job done. He has a really good ground and pound, good ground game. Um, and Marcin's a bit sloppy, and he looked pretty bad at the weigh-in. So I'm gonna go with Leon here. I really think he's got this one in the bag, inside the distance. But yeah, anything can happen. It's Cage Warriors, so don't be surprised if Marcin clips him or something. But I'm going with Leon here. I think this is his fight. Moving on, we have Darby versus Tucker. I'm going with Tucker as a slight lean. This fight could go either way. It's a kind of a coin flip fight, but I just think Jack Tucker is going to have more tools to win this fight. I think he's the better wrestler, maybe the better grappler as well. In general, striking could be iffy, but I think Jack Tucker is going to win this fight. It's going to be a good one though. Could go either way. Moving on, we have Angus Hewitt versus Paddy McCrory. Another really close fight. I'm going with Angus Hewitt here, though. Undefeated as a, I think he was undefeated as an, yeah, undefeated as an amateur. He's coming up as a pro now, facing Paddy McCrory, someone who isn't the most skilled, but he will always bring it, and he's always dangerous. So I'm gonna go not obviously, but I'm gonna go with Angus Hewitt, but be wary about this pick because this is his pro debut. Moving on, we have Takamandu versus Benoit Blanc. Takamandu is a very clean technical striker. I worry about the grappling with fighting Blanc, but I do think he should be able to defend the takedowns and win this fight. It's really depends on how he does for defending the takedowns, but I think he should do well, and he is a really good striker, and I think he'll be able to get him out of there if he connects well. Well, who knows? This is going to be a fun one, though. I'm really excited for this one. Moving on, we have Decky McAleenan versus Wasi Adashina. Wasi Adashina has power in both hands. Decky is the taller opponent, has the reach, but I have to go with Adashina here for that power. I know Tobias Harris knocked him out, and that's not a bad loss, but I just think he is going to get chinned by Wasi. Wasi throws death punches. Losing to Tom Mearns isn't great either, so I'm gonna go with Adashina. But this could go either way because Adashina hasn't really fought anyone to the level of Decky yet. So yeah, this should be fun. Moving on, we have Owen Elliott versus James Sheehan. James Sheehan's a really live dog, and I wish live betting was a thing because that would probably be my live bet of the card. But since you can't, I'd have to say Owen Elliott. Just because he could just wrestle James Sheehan to a 3-round decision. But James Sheehan's a dog, so I don't know how easily Oban's gonna be able to control him. He's fighting at his natural weight class now, 170, but maybe the weight cut gets him more susceptible to getting chinned. Sheehan's very dangerous, so I'm very, very on the fence with this prediction, but I'm on Oban Elliott. I just like what I see with him. He's very, very technical, very, very good with his grappling. Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with Owen Elliott here, but I'm not saying it from the rooftops, and I'm not gonna die on this hill. But anyways, moving on. We have Morgan Charrier versus Pedro Souza. Pedro Souza didn't look great at the weigh-ins. I'll just say that right out the gate. He's gonna be looking for jiu-jitsu all day. Um, Most of his subs are against guys that aren't great. Um, I think Morgan Charrier is gonna beat him up, quite frankly. Um, and I think he's gonna make it look easy. But possible scare with the submission attempts, but I think Sherry has this in the bag. Moving on, we have Tobias Harilla versus Ryan Shelley. Ryan Shelley, he should be 5-1, but he got a lucky robbery win. And for that reason, I have to go with Tobias Harilla because I'm pretty sure the guy that he should have lost to is Jiu-Jitsu. Oh, Matthew Elliott? Oh, okay. So it's not that guy. But anyways, Matthew Elliott, in my opinion, was beating him, or somebody would. Yeah, he was beating him, and he was losing the fight, and he lost the fight, and they still gave it to Ryan Shelley. So I'm gonna be on Tobias Harilla here, just because he's hard to take down, he's hard to keep down, and he's good at surviving. Um, and I think he's a lot more violent than Ryan Shelley. Who knows? Maybe Shelley can surprise me. This is a fun fight. I'm really excited for it. But yeah, I'm on to Harilla here. Moving on. Jim Wallhead versus Reese McKee. This is the last fight for Jim Wallhead. Win or lose. If he wins, this is it. If he loses, this is it. I think he's going out with a bang, but I just don't know about this matchup for him. It's a hard matchup. Reese McKee's in the prime of his career, looking great. I gotta side with Reese McKee. I think he's going to be more dangerous, more accurate, and I think he's gonna be a problem for Jim Wallhead. But maybe Jim surprises us again. I mean, he didn't surprise me in the last two because I was on him the last two, both as an underdog. But I don't know. I have a gut feeling with this one that Reese McKee's gonna put him out and send him to retirement in a bloody finish. But anyways, guys, let's get into the most confident predictions. Number one, obviously, being Adam Shelley. Number two, Morgan Charrier. Number three, I would have to say, would be Kyle McClurkin and Leon Hill. Number four, we have Number 4, we have LeBlanc. And number 5, we have a huge tie for number 5, so I'll just pick out of the out of them. I'll say number McKee. I'll go Simon as number 5. And that's it. All right, guys. Like, subscribe. You know the drill. I appreciate you guys a lot. I'll have the Bare Knuckle FC video out later tonight when I'm done training. All right, guys. Until next time. Catch you later.